Good morning. Welcome to Kevin at 7. Back to my normal self, back in Los Angeles, back with no beard, back in my studio, back in my training room. Excited to see all of you this morning. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk about how do you get unstuck and overcome procrastination. I think I've talked about this before, but unfortunately, I got to talk about it again because it is the number one, maybe the number two. I've never done a statistical study on this, but it's one of the top two requests for help that I get from real estate agents. They help with how do I get over the fear, or I'm afraid of calling people, afraid of rejection. That's number one. And number two is overcoming procrastination. Time management would be number three. I'm dealing with time, in which a lot of that is very much connected to procrastination. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the thumbs up. Excited to be back here at home. I got to see my wife and getting to see my team today. Florida Yola from somewhere. Let's see, Juan from Florida, South Florida. Paul Murphy from Huntington Beach. Eric from Rhode Island. And Josh from Phoenix. Love it. And that's all on YouTube there. Good morning from Maryland, Matt. Good to see you. Come on, tell me where you are in the world. Give us some thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up to yourself as well. All right. So today, let's talk about procrastination. One of the weird things about wearing Invisalign braces is that it's hard to say procrastination. That R and S just kind of gives you a little lisp. So that's temporary, my friends. I've been putting off talking about procrastination for a long time. Wait a second. That would be procrastinating. No, we can't procrastinate. Good morning, Judy T. Good morning, Matt from Reisterstown, Maryland. Mark from Toronto, Canada. Good to see all of you. Come on, tell me where you are in the world. Post a thumbs up. Share this with your friends who are procrastinating. Okay, here's the message I got yesterday. This is from, I'm flying back into town from being gone doing a trail marathon. I guess you consider that a little vacation time. I was working while I was there. Benito, Santa Ana, Chris from Highlands Ranch. Good to say, Christopher Lang. Good to see you. And I'm back, but I was working pretty diligently the whole time. I wasn't working like the same number of hours because I was doing a lot of training, and I was also spending some time with some dear friends in Utah. But procrastination doesn't really strike me when I come back. But this was the message I got. Okay, here's the mail. Here's the message. Good morning, Kevin. I'm stuck. Okay, if you've ever felt stuck, let me see some thumbs up. I'm stuck. And I'm like, oh no, they're stuck. What happened? They're stuck. Here's why they're stuck. I took vacation last week. I took a vacation. Now, this is a great coaching member. I'm just playing, but it's real struggle that many of us have. Right. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Sharon from Vancouver. Hey, Monique. Good morning from Atlanta. Good to see you, dear. Fernando from Chicago, Illinois. Hey, Fernando. I'm going to be speaking in Munster, Indiana, in 2 weeks. A weekend. That's a lot. It's like next week, right? I don't know. It's the 14th. The 14th. I'm going to be speaking up there. So come meet me. Come say hello. So she says, I took a vacation last week, and it's really been difficult to get back into the routine. Okay. Anybody else ever felt this? Okay. We've all felt this. I'm stuck. And I thought she was really like going to tell me something big. I'm stuck. But it was because she took vacation, and it's tough to get back in the routine, into the routine. And hard to fight procrastination. Any suggestions? Yes. How do you get unstuck? Well, my friends, when you take a vacation and you come back and you're like, oh, now I gotta go back to work. You just gotta go. It's kind of like getting out of a warm bed in the morning when it feels so comfortable. Yes, sometimes laying still and not doing anything sounds, it sounds hard. Well, it is. Just move your butt. Here's the deal for how you get out of bed in the morning. If you'll put your 2 feet, get your 2 feet, put them flat on the floor. That's how you conquer getting up in the morning. Once your 2 feet hit the floor, you're good. It's just that little motion that you break through That little motion that says break through that stuckness. Now, this is the power of inertia. Okay. You guys heard of the law of inertia, right? What is the law of inertia? Does anybody know the law of inertia? Because this is what procrastination really is. It is the law of inertia. Hey, Ed from Annapolis, good to see you. Hey, Kathleen, come to speak at Riverside. Kathleen, anytime a broker or somebody puts together a room where there's 100 agents in it that I can drive in 2 hours, they can call me. Well, they can contact us. We'll talk about coming to speak. And they got to give me at least 2 hours. Good morning, Mike from Huntington Beach. Good morning. If I'm going to fly across the country, it's a little different to speak. Riverside is not that far. All right. Does nobody know the law of inertia? Good morning, positivity mindset. Yes, I love it. A new agent got the book of yes arrived yesterday. Awesome. Congratulations, positivity mindset on YouTube. So funny. In Facebook, everybody puts their real names. In YouTube, the channels, they have all these weird names. But I like positivity mindset. That's way better than a lot of the weird names that come through out there. All right, let's see. I don't see anybody posting. Okay, let's just break this down. The law of inertia says an object at rest tends to do what? An object at rest. Okay, so Paul Murphy broke down part of the law of inertia. There you go. Breakthrough real estate property. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So there's one part that says an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Well, that would be a real estate agent. The average real estate agent, not you guys, not you yes masters. If you are a yes master, type hashtag I am a yes master. All right. An object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon, and somebody at Paul Murphy put there, unless acted upon by an outside force. Boom, we get going. So the hardest part, if you've ever, I lived back in the old days, if your car broke down, you put it in neutral and you push started it. Does anybody remember push starting a car? If you remember push starting a car, let me see some thumbs up. If you don't remember push starting cars, let me see some laughter. Do you remember push starting a car? Your car wouldn't start, battery's dead or whatever. Well, we just put the car in neutral. We'd open the front door, and then somebody get at the front door and they would push, and somebody get behind the car and we would push. And you just push and you get the car going. And then when you try to go fast enough, you jump in, put the clutch in, put it in first gear, and pop the clutch and the car would start because it was rolling. And then you could just put it in gear and it would start itself. That was with a standard transmission. That's the gear shift, the one you have to actually shift gears while you're driving. For those of you that have never driven a standard before, I learned to drive on a standard. And so we would push start the car. Well, the hardest part of push starting a car is getting it to move 1 inch because of the law of inertia. It's at rest. And so you're just like, you're pushing as hard as you can, pushing, and then finally it starts moving just a little bit. And then once you get momentum going, man, it'll just get going faster and faster and faster. And finally you can push on a flat level surface. You can get a 2,000 pound car or a 1,500 pound car. You can be pushing it you can get it going as fast as you can run. Because once it's going, it'll keep going. If it's on a flat, unless you're going uphill, that's different. Now you got gravity, which is the outside force operating against you. But you can keep pushing. It'll go faster and faster. And then you jump in the car, you put it in gear, let the clutch out and pop. It'll and it goes. Well, that's what you got to do with your life. Okay. Just like we used to push start a car, you got to push start your day. You got to, when you don't feel like it, when the starter's not working or the battery's dead, you got to get in there and you got to just push your way through that resistance until you're moving it. So how do you get unstuck? You get unstuck, you move, you break the unstuckness. Okay. Now, if something's stuck, you've ever had like a jar lid and it's stuck, I can't get it off, it's stuck. What do? You gotta act on it with an outside force. You got to get some leverage, so you pop the top of it or gently banging on the counter a little bit. Maybe you got to bang yourself on the counter a little bit to get you unstuck. Then you pull yourself out so that you can move. Once you get moving, you got this. Okay. So remember the law of inertia. When you are at rest, when you're not in motion in your business, it tends to be hard to start. Why? Because you got no momentum, right? It's the power of momentum that you want to kick into that and get it going. Okay. Guessing that only works if it's a dead battery or bad ignition. Yeah, if your engine's bust, it ain't gonna run. But it's when the battery's dead or bad ignition on the standards. That was the whole point. Now, if your engine is busted, then you need more help. But I'm talking about you know what you need to do. You got the time, you got the ability. You're just like emotionally not ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys one last principle today on the law of procrastination and how you overcome procrastination. And that is it. And I want you to write this down. In fact, somebody post this. Okay, here's how it goes. It is easier to act yourself into a better way of feeling. It is easier to act yourself into a better way of feeling than it is to feel yourself into a better way of acting. It is easier to act yourself into feeling better than it is to feel yourself into acting better. It's easier to act your way. It's easier to act your way into feeling better than it is to feel your way into acting better. In other words, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. So what do? You act as if you act the way you want to feel until you feel it. If you'll take the action, the emotion, the feeling will follow. Okay. If you try to go like, I don't feel it, I'm just going to sit here and wait. I'm just going to sit here and wait until I feel it. I know when I feel it, I'm going to go, baby. It ain't ever going to happen, right? Because you're just waiting for the feeling to come over you. And feelings don't work that way. You see, our mind is basically just wants us to stay comfortable. So I'm just hanging out waiting for the feeling. No, you take action, you get going, and the feeling will follow the action. As Tony Robbins says, motion causes emotion, right? Motion causes the emotion. You take the action, you go, and then the action is going to be like, yes, just like for me, trail running. You know, some days I don't feel like training. I don't feel like going out and working out. I don't feel like running. But once I get out there, I always am glad I did. Right? Now, I'll give you one more thing that I heard from Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams, great tennis player, awesome champion. She says, there have been many days when I didn't feel like practicing. There have been many days when I didn't feel like practicing, but there has never been a day that I felt like losing. There have been many days when I didn't feel like practicing, but there's never been a day when I didn't feel like winning. I think that's how she said it. There's never been a day when I didn't feel like winning. I don't want to move, but I don't want to lose. So what do? So I didn't want to practice. I didn't feel like practicing, but I do feel like winning. So I'm going to get out there and practice even when I don't feel like it. You put yourself in action. Thank you, Ed Steele. It is easier to act yourself into a better way of feeling than it is to feel yourself into a better way of acting. And my friends, that is the principle of life. Look, I am going to tell you anything. If you ever use as a reason for not doing something is because it's hard, you might as well just give up on life today, because most things that are great in life are hard. You want to stay healthy in our world today? It's hard. There's a lot of forces trying to get you to be sedentary, that are trying to get you to be unhealthy. They're trying to get you to eat crap. The entire food industry is against your health. You understand that? The entire food industry is trying to fill you with crap. The processed food industry, all the marketing of the food industry marketing is all trying to kill you. I mean, when was the last time you saw an advertisement for fresh organic broccoli? When was the last time? Huh? Tell me. When was the last time you actually saw an advertisement for some food that was truly organic, whole food, and it's healthy? When was the last time you saw an advertisement for that? You don't. You're never going to see that. What you're going to see is you're going to see all the crap, the processed food. That's the world is trying to kill you. So you got to be breaking through the resistance to eat healthy. There's going to be it's going to be hard. So don't get into this thing of, well, that's just hard. Well, of course it's hard. Want to run an ultra marathon? Want to get your body in great physical condition? It's hard. Want to make a lot of money? It's hard. You're going to work hard. You guys understand? Don't ever use an excuse for a reason of complaining about something that you want because it's hard. You want to have a great marriage? My friends, it's hard. It's work. Okay. That's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes. So you got to get used to that and just embrace it. Go like, this is life. I'm going to win it because it's my championship game. It's my only life I got. So conquer, push through, break through. And when it gets hard, bam, you got what it takes. You're strong enough to push through it and do it. If you got this, if you guys are willing to go, say, I'm going. Let me see some thumbs up. All in, face the hard. Now I got some of you guys really going in on foods like sugar is addictive. So they put it in everything. Heck yeah, it is. Sugar and salt, man. They put it in everything. Yep. Guys, let's go. Break through this addiction. Break through procrastination. If you got addiction, break through that too. You guys are the best. Congratulations, Gina. I'm getting healthy again, down 5 pounds. I love it. Awesome. Great job, everybody. Have an awesome day. Play to win. Break through the procrastination and always expect yes. I'll see you tomorrow for Kevin at 7, guys.